Good morning, dear students. Earlier we have completed pharmacy relation with homeopathy, material medical relation with homeopathy, and in last class we were discussing relation of organ of medicine with our repertory. Why and how it is related to repertory. Why we should have a good knowledge of organon for understanding repertory. So it is continuation of previous class. So in nutshell, we will try to revise what we have studied. That organ of medicine is grammar. Grammar, it means all the rules and regulation of homeopathy are explained in grammar. So without knowing rules and regulation, we cannot understand that what we should do with the utilization of repertoire. Second point, I have discussed case taking. Repertory, earlier it was known as case taking and repertory. In most of the book, any good book, you will find that subject name was case taking and repertory. It was changed in that approximately 2 or 3 years ago, that it became just repertory. Otherwise our subject name was case taking and repertory. So case taking is essential part of our repertory, which is done under the guidance of rules and regulations guided by our master Samuel Hahnemann in his Organon of Medicine. So case taking. After that I was discussing analysis and evaluation of symptoms. Analysis and evaluation of symptoms. It means we were discussing that which symptoms should get how much importance. It will be done under the guidance and under the heading evaluation, but which symptoms should be taken for evaluation. This suppose patient told you some symptom, approximately 10 to 20. So how much symptoms should be included for evaluation of symptom is decided by analysis of symptom. Analysis of symptom, then followed by evaluation of symptom. So in previous class we have studied very well that these 3 points of organ are very much closely related with our repertoire. Another point, logic. Logic, it means any reasoning capacity, any comprehension capacity, that what type of thinking process we should follow. So repertory is based on logic, and logic is guided by logic is explained in Organon of Medicine. So logic, what do you understand by logic? Logic, it means in some talk that this whatever you are saying it is illogical, we will not follow you. Or if we follow someone and we say that yes, he is talking in very logical way, and we are agreeing with him. So logic is needed to understand anything, to comprehend anything, to decide that what we should do. Logic is required. So logic comes with proper knowledge. So knowledge is backing to logic, but if knowledge is not properly arranged, knowledge is like fact. Few facts you know, it means it is knowledge. And if you know knowledge in a order or in a arrangement, then it become, if you can correlate two different type of knowledge, then it become logic. So why I am discussing in whatever we are doing, we are preparing for our real exam, that is dealing with patient, but we are also preparing for our final year exam. We are also preparing for other competitive exam which we will give after completion of our this BHMS degree. So you will give either RPSC, Rajasthan Public Service Commission, or you will give this Union Public Service Commission. So all these governing body like Rajasthan Board, Rajasthan Public Service Commission and Union Public Service Commission. So both are conducting their exam for homeopathy. So in Rajasthan Public Service Commission, you will not, they will conduct exam for HMO, Homeopathic Medical Officer. So Homeopathic Medical Officer exam they will conduct by Rajasthan Public Service. You may not find questions related with logic and reasoning, but if you will go to UPSC HMO exam, so there you will find few questions where few facts will be given to you, and you have to correlate and you have to say that yes, these things are logically related or not. So logic is required to understand that you know the fact, okay, but can you correlate these facts with each other or not? So logic is little bit higher than fact, next level of fact. Fact, it means knowledge. You may have knowledge, you may have knowledge of lycopodium, but you may have knowledge of sulfur, you may have knowledge of many other drugs, but are you able to apply on it, on patients, on your patients? When patients are coming, then are you able to apply it? So do you have logical mind or not? So logic is a very important component which is backed by knowledge. Knowledge is based on fact. So if you will go to UPSC exam, HMO exam, they will give you some fact and you have to judge that are they logically correlated or not. So this was just to make you understand that logic is not only in book, but you have, when you will give exam, there will be question with reason assertion. Reason assertion questions are based on logic. Are they correlated or not? It means both fact may be true, may not be true, but both facts are related or not. Suppose Ram's father name is Dasarath. This is a fact. Rama's brother name is Krishna. So Ram and Krishna both are brothers. Now by this logic, if someone asks that Dasarath is father of Krishna, so you can that yes, may be correlated. So logic is a fact that help us to understand that facts are correlated with each other or not. So like Mr. X is human. Mr. X will die. Mr. X is human. Mr. X will die. Mr. Y is a human. These are three pairs. So four facts you can understand by logic that yes, if Mr. X is a human, Mr. X will die. Mr. Y is human, Mr. Y will die in one day. So by this knowledge you can understand that all human will die in one day. So this is a logical. It means you are trying to correlate the things. You are trying to correlate the things by the knowledge of logic. So logic gives us reasoning capacity. Logic is a base which is forming any science. Our homeopathic science is based on logic. That's why it is scientific. So logic makes any knowledge in scientific arrangement. So we are understanding this logic from organon of medicine and how this logic is related to homeopathic repertory. It means homeopathic repertories, how they are correlated with logic. So we have logic in two forms, deductive and inductive. Deductive logic differentiation from general to particular, and inductive meaning particular to general. So what we will do, we will follow few logics. So we have few repertory based on our logic. So this logic is very much essential to understand our repertory. So now you understand that these few points are very much important in also repertory, also in organon of medicine. So what you understood, that case taking in your final year exam of repertory and also in organon of medicine, you may get 20 marks question based on case taking, 20 marks question based on analysis and evaluation of symptom, 20 marks question of different type of symptom, explain symptomatology. So that is also based on this organon of medicine. So these questions are common in repertory and organon. So like logic also comes either short notes of 10 marks, or it may come as long question of 20 marks. So these questions, if you have studied very well, then it can help you also in repertory, also in organon of medicine. So now you understood that organon of medicine and repertory is very much co-related. Now we will discuss another point, how a disease is classified, acute and chronic. Acute and chronic. So disease, classification of disease is given by our master in organon of medicine. So acute and chronic. So chronic diseases are discussed, divided in either artificial chronic disease or pseudo chronic disease or true chronic disease. True chronic disease, either artificial chronic disease or pseudo chronic disease or true chronic disease. So how you have to deal with your present case? A patient came to you with a lot of gas in abdomen. A patient came to you with a lot of gas in abdomen with indigestion and everything. After proper case taking, you find out that this case is suffering from this problem since last 6 months, and you find out that he was he had started working in call center where he has to do night watching. Now patient B came to you and he is saying you that, Doctor Sir, I am suffering from eye strain, I am facing too much eye strain, and I am facing too much whenever I am sitting only in front of laptop or only in front of TV, or when I am doing reading books with a small writing. So yeah, moderate medium writing, but again I was not facing this problem. Now you may see that too much television watching, maybe because too much mobile watching nowadays. Another case, C came to you and he had repeated attack of cough, cold, coryza. You are giving best possible suited medicine, whatever individualized medicine came, but you are not getting proper result. You are not getting proper result. After all your efforts, you find out that he is living in damp basement. He is living in damp basement. So in all the 3 cases, what you are finding? You are giving your best possible treatment, but still you are not getting proper improvement. Why? Because in all the 3 cases, it is due to maintaining cost. You may get rubric related to maintaining cost. You may get rubric related to causation. You may prescribe with suitable medicine as per guidance of repertorization, any suitable repertory like causation to repertory of causation you can use given by Dr. Bharadwaj or by Dr. Clark or by Dr. Ishwar Das, any causation repertory used or any this thing, but you will not get proper improvement in your case until and unless you are removing these maintaining costs. So how you have to handle the case with maintaining costs, pseudo chronic disease, how you will do it is guided by organ of medicine. So how you have to deal with a case even after proper repertorization is guided under the organ of medicine. Same way you will find that true chronic disease. True chronic disease, it means a disease which is having measurable background, and you are providing all the best possible treatment with the repertorization. You are providing all the best possible treatment with the repertorization. Still you are not getting proper results. Then what you will do? You have to give intercurrent remedy with miasmatic analysis. You have to give intercurrent remedy with miasmatic analysis. So how you will do this miasmatic analysis? How? Simply by understanding the chronic miasm, where it is given in organon of medicine and also in chronic disease by our master, or you may follow G.H. Lane or many other authors have given explanation on chronic miasm. So you will use this miasmatic analysis for your prescription. Another thing, like Kendra Patel, you will find psychosis and syphilis. Psychosis and syphilis, just psychosis, rubric psychosis and rubric syphilis. So you are getting direct rubric related to this miasm. Another thing, you will find that how each and every symptom is explained under miasm. How you will decide that this symptom is belonging to this miasm, this symptom is belonging to this miasm? By knowledge of true chronic miasm, by understanding symptoms of miasm, then only you will classify your symptom with miasmatic backing. Then you will decide that this symptom is predominantly which miasm. This symptom covers predominantly which miasm, and accordingly you will prescribe. So miasmatic knowledge will help you to decide that which group of medicine you will prescribe even after proper repertorization. Whatever repertorization you do, whatever case taking you do, whatever analysis and evaluation of symptoms you do, if you have not understood the importance of miasm and miasm with its symptom, if you are not able to convert symptom into miasmatic grouping, then you will not get desired result. For getting desired result, you need to understand that this symptom belongs to which miasm and patient is having which type of symptom. You will classify like symptom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 symptoms you take it by proper case taking, and you find that first symptom belongs to Sura. Second symptom belongs to Sura. Third symptom belongs to psychosis. Fourth symptom belongs to psychosis. Fifth symptom belongs to psychosis. Sixth symptom belongs to syphilis. Miasm. So how you will decide? First you will do evaluate the symptom, that which symptom is predominant in that case. Then you have to decide that patient is predominantly belonging to which group of miasm or which miasm. It means patient is predominantly phoric or predominantly psychosis or syphilis. So if patient is predominantly psychosis, then what you will do? You will select a drug which have psychosis miasm in predominance, which is mainly antipsychotic drug. You may consider this in your prescription. Another thing, that you may not consider this point earlier, but in future you may need to give intercurrent remedy, and intercurrent remedy that may be predominantly antipsychotic drug. That will be predominantly antipsychotic drug. So, if you are prescribing patient a proper suitably selected medicine with all the proper procedure following, still you are not getting improvement. In your case, you need to analyze the symptom in miasmatic view and then prescribe anti-miasmatic drug. Maybe in prescription, maybe as intercurrent or whatever requirement of the case. So this way you can understand that knowledge of miasm is essential to properly utilize our knowledge of repertory. So organ of medicine and chronic disease is essential for practical application of repertory. One more thing, that there are one repertory which is based on miasm. There is a proper repertory which is based on miasm by, it is your homework, you try to search out, I will discuss.